things are happening while we are here live. So I can guarantee to you that there are things happening tonight. We will be live for the deadline day. I expect it to be completely crazy, to be honest. So be here, guys. 6 p.m. Central Europe time. We will be ready for the deadline day. We will be commenting on all the news, on all the stories. Tonight, I wanted to spend some time with you. I immediately tell you guys that there is still no big bomb at the moment. I have my phone here next to me because things are happening while we are here live. So I can guarantee to you that there are things happening tonight. At the moment, we have to be patient, see what's going to happen tomorrow. But I wanted to spend, let's say, half an hour with you to discuss on some of the big topics for these final 24 hours. So let's answer some of your questions. You see, I already have a news on my phone. Just a second. Okay. So let's go and let's answer some of your questions. Let me start, guys, with many questions I'm receiving from Liverpool fans on Varela, one of the cases of the night. We always have this kind of stories ahead of deadline day. How are you, my friend? Yuhai saying, thank you for the question, but I'm tired. Is the only answer I can tell you, but I'm excited because my phone is burning and because deadline day is going to be nice with many things happening. So I'm tired, but I'm ready. That's my answer. And to answer on Varela, I received many questions. I was checking with my sources on this story because Varela is a fantastic midfielder. He's a player. I could spend 2 hours talking about Varela because many clubs have had Varela in their radar this summer. But the answer from Porto has always been the same. Varela is only leaving for the release clause. And so tonight I saw some reports about Liverpool, of course, many of you asking me about the situation of Varela and saying about the release clause of 90 million euros. No, guys. The release clause of Alan Varela in the contract at Porto is 65 million euros. This is the release clause. Then Liverpool, at this time of the night, 1 a.m. in England, 2 a.m. in Italy and in Central Europe, Liverpool are not working on a deal for Varela now. So what I can tell you is that Porto, I had also some contacts tonight, guarantee that they have had no contact from Liverpool, no bid from Liverpool. And for Porto, the position is clear. If some club is interested in Alan Varela, they have to come to Porto, pay 65 million euros, and that's the story. But Porto absolutely want Varela to stay. Porto are not open to negotiating, and Porto also want to change his contract in the next months. So that's the situation for Varela. I know Liverpool fans have been dreaming for some hours, but at the moment I don't want to sell you fake news. So that's the story, that's the reality. If tomorrow something happens, I will let you know. But remember that the clause is 65, not 90. So a really interesting opportunity in general on the market, Alan Varela. Today, Federico Chiesa arrived. So I think this is, trust me, guys, one of my favorite stories ever because I'm sure there were many people trying to understand who was going to be the first signing of Liverpool in a crazy slow summer. But I don't think slow is a negative word. Just Liverpool wanted to assess all the options. They tried for Zubimendi. They explored several opportunities. They signed Mamardashvili for the future. But then many people was trying to understand who was going to be the first real signing for this summer transfer window. And Federico Chiesa is in Liverpool. So let's see what happens on deadline day. Bajcetic is in Salzburg. He completed his medical. The deal is signed. The deal is completed. In the morning, everything will be announced. And so Bajcetic goes on strike loan to Salzburg and doesn't go to Barcelona. Barca tried, but financial fair play is killing Barcelona in this moment. So that's why it's not expected to be a crazy day for Barca because they made many calls, many calls, but financial fair play is completely limiting them. So it's not even possible to proceed to do a loan for Bajcetic, imagine for other players. So that's the situation at this time of the night. Then, with the message I have right now, I can tell you that, confirm to you, an exclusive news from yesterday, 2 days ago, Mo Simakan, the centre-back of Red Bull Leipzig, is going to Al Nassr. So Al Nassr have closed the deal for Mohamed Simakan. The deal is completed. The player is traveling for a medical test and contract signing. Exclusive news after another story, the story of Milan Skriniar. Skriniar was very close to joining Al Nassr, agreement club to club, Al Nassr and Paris Saint-Germain, but no agreement with the player. And so Al Nassr decided to go strong for Mo Simakan. The agents of Simakan are already in Saudi in this moment. Then let me answer some of your questions. I see Free Roman saying, Fab, news on Osimhen, no recycling. My friend, I think it's important to tell you one thing. On Osimhen, I spent the whole summer telling you, and many Chelsea fans know because I came here many times to tell you about this. Victor Osimhen is a story that for Chelsea will go to deadline day. I always say this. Always. It was beginning of August, and I've always said it's something that is going to be for deadline day. And now we are on deadline day. And I can guarantee to you that at this time of the night, 2 a.m. in Italy, where people from Chelsea are working on the deal for Victor Osimhen, they didn't arrive today. It's already 2 days working on this deal in Italy for Victor Osimhen. People from Al Ahli are also in Italy. People from Chelsea are also in Italy. So they are all here working on a deal for Victor Osimhen. Let me try to explain to you the situation. But at this time of the night, people from Chelsea are negotiating with Napoli and with Victor Osimhen. So Chelsea, this night and tomorrow morning again, because at the moment I'm told that I don't think tonight anything will change. So never say never, but I don't want to tell you something fake just to keep you here live with me. At the moment, my information is that they are talking now, but the expectation is not to reach any agreement tonight. But could be still an important night to try to advance or not. So in a sense or the other. But negotiations are taking place. Chelsea, Osimhen, and this is the crucial part, the salary, if they are able to find a creative formula to convince Victor Osimhen on the salary, because Osimhen doesn't want to give up on his salary. So Chelsea have to be convincing. Chelsea have to be creative. And then, this is also important, Chelsea, after signing all the documents for Romelu Lukaku to Napoli, are now negotiating with Napoli for Victor Osimhen. So Chelsea and Napoli are talking. Chelsea are prepared to do a loan with obligation to buy. I spent the entire month of August telling you, loan for Osimhen is not possible. It's impossible. Has to be permanent or loan with obligation guaranteed. Chelsea are now prepared to do a loan with obligation guaranteed for Victor Osimhen. Means a permanent transfer not paid this summer, but paid starting from next summer. This summer you pay a loan fee and part of the salary, and then from 2025 you start paying the entire transfer fee. This is what Chelsea are offering to Napoli. The feeling at Chelsea is that the negotiation with Napoli is not going to be an issue. So Chelsea feel that they can reach an agreement with Napoli. Chelsea feel that Napoli will open the door to this sale, but Chelsea know that the difficult part of the story is to reach an agreement on the salary with Victor Osimhen and with his agent. So negotiations are taking place. Chelsea are trying to make it happen, but Chelsea are fighting with giants, and giants are coming from Saudi because Al Ahli, from what I'm told, have an agreement almost done with Napoli for a fee in excess of 75 million euros. So there is still some add-on, could be more than 65, but let's say around 65, something more than 65. And so Al Ahli with Napoli have an agreement ready. So Al Ahli are already in very advanced talks with Napoli. And Al Ahli offered to Victor Osimhen exactly everything he wants. Everything he wants. So Al Ahli arrived in Rome with their management, with their board, with their directors, and offered Victor Osimhen an important, big, huge salary. 25 up to 30 million euros, add-ons included, net per season for the next 4 years, plus a release clause. So it was not just about the salary, but Osimhen also wanted a release clause. I always told you this. And now Al Ahli have included a release clause into the deal. So Al Ahli are basically giving Napoli almost what they want. So the agreement is close, not done yet, but close, and giving Victor Osimhen an incredible salary. What's going to happen? What I told you yesterday and 2 days ago. Chelsea and Osimhen are still talking. If Chelsea are able to strike a deal with Osimhen, Osimhen will go to Chelsea. if Chelsea are not able to reach an agreement with Victor Osimhen, they have everything lined up and ready with Al Ahli on the table, club and player. So that's the situation. Osimhen is no longer staying at Napoli. That's very clear. That's obvious. But was not that obvious at the point of the summer. There were some moments where Napoli were quite scared about the situation of Osimhen. Maybe he's staying here. He's not part of the project. There are fights internally. So they wanted to resolve this topic. Now the topic is resolved for Napoli because they have Chelsea and they have Al Ahli. Now he's on the player. Reach the agreement with Chelsea or go to Al Ahli. Al Ahli deal will only happen if Osimhen doesn't reach an agreement with Chelsea on the salary. And Chelsea have to reach an agreement with Napoli. But again, the feeling is that this agreement with Napoli is not going to be a main issue. The big issue is on player side, on the salary, because Chelsea are fighting with their new wage structure with the crazy money from Saudi. So that's it. That's the reality. Negotiations is 2 a.m. in Italy are taking place tonight and will continue early morning to see what they can do with Victor Osimhen. Let's see, guys. Remember that Al Ahli have 3 days more. So if tomorrow Chelsea deal collapses, Al Ahli will be quite relaxed because they will have 3 days to formally complete the deal for Victor Osimhen. So that's the Osimhen story. Will someone get Chilwell? This is a good question. I think tomorrow is also an important day to see where the Chelsea players who are not part of the project will go. So for Chilwell, let's see. Man United are saying in a very clear way that they are not interested. I'm told that today someone from Brentford called Chelsea for Ben Chilwell. So Brentford inquired about Ben Chilwell. Let's see if they will make a bid on deadline day or not. For Trevoh Chalobah, today we heard about Stuttgart. Many of you asking me about Stuttgart. Fake news. I told Stuttgart are not working on a deal for Chalobah. But there are other clubs interested in Trevoh Chalobah, also in England. So there could be movement. Just to give you an example, there are many clubs looking at defenders in the final day, like Crystal Palace. Now they signed Lacroix, but they've been in touch for Chalobah in the recent days. So there could be opportunities for Chalobah. And then there is Raheem Sterling. For Raheem Sterling, we have to see what happens with Jadon Sancho. And Sancho is another big topic because Juventus, for Jadon Sancho, the deal at the moment is in total standby. Total standby as of tonight. The only way for Juventus to return in this deal for Jadon Sancho on deadline day is, first, in case they are able to complete more sales, Artur Melo, Filip Kostic, they still have many players to get rid of in the final 24 hours. And so they can try to improve the bid. Loan bid with buy option, no obligation. Let me clarify one thing on Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho on loan with obligation to buy was always impossible for Juventus. This is what Man United wanted, but for Juventus was always impossible. Juventus were offering a loan with buy option, not with an obligation. So the only way for Chelsea was loan with buy option. Sorry, for Juventus was loan with buy option. Man United rejected the bid improved by Juventus yesterday. Now, for Juve, the only way is sell some player on deadline day, or Man United call and say, okay, you can get the player, we accept your proposal, we changed our position. But at the moment, Juventus are in total standby for Sancho, and Juventus feel that it's going to be difficult to reactivate this deal. So that's the story for Sancho and Juventus. What about Chelsea? Chelsea are obviously very busy with the Victor Osimhen deal, but Chelsea are keeping contacts active in a separate story. So for Chelsea, it's not striker or winger. Chelsea are working on both. Then let's see what they will get in the next 24 hours. But Chelsea are working on Osimhen on one side, on Jadon Sancho on the other side. That's the point. For Jadon Sancho, conversations ongoing with United. Chelsea want to include at least one player. The player they want to include is Raheem Sterling. Let's see what Man United will decide to do for this swap deal, yes or no. And in the next 24 hours, we will see what's going to happen in these conversations. So that's the point for Sancho. We have to be patient. But I can guarantee to you that Chelsea spoke again to the agents of the player also today. On Arsenal, guys, let me move to Arsenal and tell you also something about Arsenal. First of all, the goalkeeper. Ramsdale will be announced as new Southampton goalkeeper tomorrow, so in the next hours, basically. £25 million deal for Arsenal. Let me say congrats to Arsenal on this, not because I don't rate Ramsdale, but I think it was very difficult to sell the player on permanent transfer. The goalkeepers market was very quiet. Imagine that a top goalkeeper like Lunin was looking for opportunities on the market because he was not extending the contract at Real Madrid, so was exploring the market, let's say like this. And there was no solution at that level, so it was a very difficult market for goalkeepers. But Arsenal always said, no chance for loan, only permanent, and at the end of the day, they got the deal done. So Ramsdale is a Southampton player. Then Arsenal made 2 bids today for Juan Garcia from Espanyol. The first bid, I told you in the morning, was 20 million euros add-ons included. Espanyol rejected. Release clause, 30 or nothing. Late evening, Arsenal return, new bid, and they offer for Juan Garcia 20 million euros guaranteed with add-ons. This was the proposal from Arsenal. The second for Juan Garcia, rejected. Espanyol owners want release clause or nothing. After this, it was around 8 p.m. here in Italy, Arsenal decided to block, let me say like this, to prepare a deal for Neto. Arsenal are in excellent relationship with the agent of Neto. Arsenal are in excellent relationship with Bournemouth. Bournemouth signed Kepa, and Arsenal reached an agreement with Neto, and also reached an agreement with Bournemouth. So the Neto deal is ready for Arsenal. Everything is ready. Agreement with the player, loan, no option to buy, no obligation, nothing. Loan. Now, what's going to happen? Arsenal, in the morning, will try again for Juan Garcia, from what I understand. So they didn't tell Espanyol or the agents of the player, okay, stop, we signed Neto, buy. This hasn't happened. But early morning, or maybe overnight, I don't know, in the next hours, that's what I'm told, Arsenal will try again for Juan Garcia. In case Espanyol will keep requesting for the release clause, Arsenal will be ready to close the Neto deal. That's the point. Neto is ready, and that's the first point. Many questions on Arsenal and Kingsley Coman. Guys, I will be very honest with you. My information at this time of the night, then what happens tomorrow, again, I don't know. We will see. We will be together. We will be live the whole day. I will spend the day with you updating at my best, and we will see. But as of tonight, my understanding is that Arsenal are not in concrete negotiations for Kingsley Coman. We had many questions on that today. There were many stories on the English press, on the English media, but what I'm told is that Arsenal are not in active negotiations for Kingsley Coman. Kingsley Coman, according to my information, in this moment, is between staying at Bayern or going to Al Ahli. These are the two options for King Coman. Then, what about Arsenal? In case they see an opportunity in the final hours, they can still add one more offensive player. So I would keep the doors open for Arsenal to sign one more player if they find the right opportunity. Remember who they are. Arsenal are the club that when they wanted Dusan Vlahovic from Fiorentina and Dusan Vlahovic says, no, I go to Juventus, they are the club to say, okay, good luck, we keep going with our players, and they gave value to their players. So this is Arsenal's strategy. Sign if you feel that the player is the player you want, not just for the sake of it. And that's the position also for Arsenal today. So if they find a good opportunity last 24 hours, they will add one more player. Otherwise, they will stay like this. That's the point. That's the story. Then, also important to say on this, forget about dream names like I keep saying that guys around. Nico Williams. Nico Williams is for Arsenal, for all the other clubs. Nico Williams is not on the market in the last 24 hours. So I see someone saying, Nico Williams is the dream, but the salary, but the release clause. No. Nico Williams is out of the market. Forget about it. If Nico Williams wanted to move, he was going to move after the Euros. Nico Williams was never going to break his relationship with Athletic leaving on the final days. This is not in the style of Nico Williams, so forget about it. Then, on Varela, we already said everything, so Liverpool are not working on that deal. On Thomas Araujo, guys, the appreciation of many clubs in Thomas Araujo is very clear. I can tell you that Paris Saint-Germain, if they sold Skriniar to Al Nassr, but the deal is not happening because Skriniar rejected, so Mo Simakan is going to Al Nassr. If they sold Milan Skriniar to Al Nassr, PSG wanted to go with a very big proposal, but big proposal to Benfica for Thomas Araujo. And probably they were going to find a big wall in front of them, a red wall, because Benfica have no intention to let Thomas Araujo go. Chelsea are also interested in Araujo. Chelsea appreciate the player. Chelsea have been scouting the player. Chelsea believe that Thomas Araujo is one of the best talents in his position, but Benfica position on Araujo for this summer is clear. Not selling him. Then, again, guys, you remember Enzo Fernandez, we spent an entire deadline day 1 year and a half ago together saying Benfica say that the player is not for sale, Rui Costa, all the people at the club, and then they sold. So never say never in football. Obviously, they sold for the release clause. Respect for Benfica on that, because at the end, Chelsea had to pay the full release clause, but still selling. So let's see. But at the moment, for Araujo, the position of Benfica is not for sale. And also, we had rumors on Antonio Silva going to Leipzig, guys. Let me be honest. I was live here with you last night when people were saying Antonio Silva, Leipzig negotiations ongoing. Guys, never going to happen. Never going to happen. Antonio Silva is not for sale for Benfica. Benfica are not selling Antonio Silva, so forget about that. Ivan Toney, guys. Ivan Toney is basically Al Ahli waiting to see what's going to happen with Osimhen, because Al Ahli have been negotiating for Ivan Toney for a long time. It's already 3-4 weeks. But the deal is on hold now because it depends on what happens with Victor Osimhen. So the priority target for Al Ahli is Victor Osimhen. If Osimhen is going to Chelsea, Al Ahli will try to close the deal for Ivan Toney. Otherwise, Ivan Toney can be an option for several clubs in England. I can guarantee to you guys, that's my information. Then if someone else is saying other things, I don't know. But my information is that at this time of the night, no English club is in advanced talks to sign Ivan Toney. So this really depends on what happens with Osimhen tomorrow. If Osimhen will go to Al Ahli and Toney will be available on the market in the final hours, I expect anything to happen with English big clubs. Otherwise, Al Ahli are the destination for Ivan Toney. I see, will Chelsea get Ivan Toney? My friend, this is something that I can tell you because Chelsea are fully focused on Osimhen. Chelsea are only working on Osimhen in this moment. Then, if tomorrow, 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12, I don't know, Osimhen tells them, sorry, I don't want to accept this proposal, I go to Saudi, thank you. In that case, Toney and others could be options for Chelsea. But now, if you want me to come here and say, Toney is the plan for Chelsea, no, Chelsea are working on Osimhen. Chelsea are putting their energy in Osimhen. Then, if Osimhen collapses, Toney is on the market. This is very clear. Toney is available. So Chelsea are aware of that. But that's it at the moment. Let's focus step by step. We will follow the whole day together. So I will be with you. I will keep you posted. That's it. And on many Liverpool fans asking me if Liverpool will add one more, Liverpool will consider opportunities. So I'm not here to tell you the Liverpool market is closed because I don't have this information. No one from Liverpool is saying, okay, we are not signing anyone else as of now. But as always with Liverpool, has to be the right opportunity. So I don't even want to come here and sell you dreams like, Liverpool are working for this, for that. Opportunity. Let's see what happens. Stop. Nothing else to say at the moment. Then I think, guys, Liverpool fans, I know that many of you were not so happy with me on social media for a long time, but I think this summer with the Federico Chiesa exclusive story and with Mamardashvili, I try to bring you all the best news possible, all the news I have. That's it. I'm just trying my best. Then we love you now. Thank you. But I just wanted to tell you something, guys, just to make you understand. Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, I don't care. It's just in general. For me, the news is the news. You know, for me, it's not important if a player is going to a club or another. For me, it's important to tell you what's going on. So if 1 year ago, Caicedo wanted to go to Chelsea and not to Liverpool, and at the end it was the reality, it's not Fabrizio. If McAllister rejected a big club to go to Liverpool, it's not Fabrizio. It's now Federico Chiesa wanted to go to Liverpool and was crazy to go to Liverpool. It's not Fabrizio in negatives or in positives. I'm just telling you what's going on. For me, the only important part, trust me, I think you can say how tired I am, is to give you all the best news possible as soon as possible. Full stop. Then. Juventus Sancho 0%. I see someone saying, but Juventus Sancho is in complete standby now. 2 a.m. in the night, standby, total standby. Then, if tomorrow you were able to sell Kostic, sell Arthur, find more money, improve the bid, and reach an agreement with United, there is still an open door. But you have to improve the bid, and it has to be an important bid. And you need to sell Kostic and maybe sell Arthur. And in the last 3 months, they were rejecting all the possibilities. So, let's see. Then, thank you guys. I see all your nice messages, and I really appreciate. You. Kante to Arsenal, who says no? My friend, at the moment, I can tell you that the clubs who tried to sign Kante this summer were Al Ittihad, were West Ham and I'm tired. Were West Ham and Atletico Madrid, but Al Hilal told, Al Ittihad told all the clubs, Kante is not for sale. So Kante has never been on the market. Never. Not even after the fantastic Euros he did. He's never been available on the market. Never, never, never. So that's the reality. Then, no, thanks to you. Decision for Osimhen. As soon as Osimhen decides, I will let you know, guys. Now it's late night and they are still talking. Trust me, it's 2:25 a.m. in Napoli. And there are, I will explain to you the situation so you can understand. There is Chelsea people in Napoli, already 2 days spent there. There is people from Al Ahli in Rome and in Napoli. Some of them are in Rome to talk with people close to Osimhen who is in Rome, also the agent, and then other people who is in Napoli. So now they are all involved in talks, trying to negotiate. Al Ahli want to get the deal done, offering crazy money. Chelsea are trying to do this miracle on the salary. So they are trying their best. As soon as he decides, guys, I will let you know. Then what about Datro Fofana? There are some possibilities for Datro Fofana on loan. So I will let you know on Datro Fofana. Un giudizio sul mercato della Juve. Gabriele, in italiano poi faremo qualcosa nei prossimi giorni, ma penso che il mercato della Juve parli da solo. Straordinario, non c'è altro da dire. Then, for Milan, we will see tomorrow what happens with Manu Kone. We will see. The position of the club has always been a player has to leave, like Nassr, for example, in order to bring in Manu Kone. But let's see if maybe Milan finds some space. Let's see. Tomorrow will be an important day. Meanwhile, Tammy Abraham on loan to Milan and Alexis Saelemaekers on loan to Roma. Deal done. Eriksen or Lindelof leaving. I can tell you that on Lindelof, I saw many fake stories, guys, this summer. Fake stories from Turkey in June, fake stories from Italy in the recent days about Lazio, Fiorentina. Lindelof never considered this possibility. For Lindelof, has always been a quiet summer, despite all the rumors. He's very happy to stay at Manchester United, unless an important, big proposal comes. He's very happy to stay at United, and then maybe leave on a free next summer. Nottingham Forest news. Nottingham Forest made a call in the evening for Ward Pros at West Ham. So there are talks ongoing for Ward Pros to Nottingham Forest. Let's see if they can agree on a deal with West Ham. Then, Fab, it's true you are a Watford fan. Yes, I am, and I'm very happy with Angelo Gbonna joining the club. That's a very nice news as an Italian. Barcelona, my friend, is all quiet. They were not even able to proceed with Bajcetic because the Bajcetic deal was very advanced between clubs and with the player, but then Barca, for financial fair play, were blocked by La Liga. Carney, tomorrow could be an important day for Carney, with some movements. We will see. It's funny, some people blame this guy because they don't sign the player they want. This guy just reported on Transfer News. He doesn't make a decision. Thank you for understanding, my friend. Thank you. I would love to make decisions in some cases, you know. I would love to be the player, sign the contracts, prepare the documents, and do everything. But unfortunately, my friend, as you said, I'm not the one deciding. So I can only come here and tell you what is going on. Thank you, guys. Thanks for all your nice messages. Darwin. Rob, I was already here last night. Many people sending me these messages, Darwin Nunez to Arsenal. I told you 2 things. Let me repeat quickly. Darwin is not going to Arsenal, and Darwin is not leaving Liverpool, and Darwin, I will add one more, is not desperate to leave Liverpool at all. This summer he was very relaxed, very happy with Arne Slot, very focused on Liverpool. I'm also hearing very positive things on Darwin recently in terms of private life. He's taking care of himself in a special way. He wants to focus 100% on football in the best way possible. So I'm only receiving very positive feedbacks on the situation of Darwin, to be completely honest. Any news on Ugarte be registered for the game? My friend, on registration, I don't know. This is technical stuff for the club, so let's wait for the club. I can tell you that Manu Ugarte is my United player. Everything is okay. The documents are ready. The contracts are ready. The medical is done. So it's just about prepare the documents and sign for McTominay to Napoli and for Ugarte to Man United, because these 2 deals were kind of linked with each other. So that's why. But Ugarte is my United player. Atletico Madrid news. Atletico today tried for Amrabat. I can tell you that El Cholo, Diego Simeone, called Amrabat 2-3 times today. He was like, let's try to make it happen. But Atletico only offered a loan deal. A loan deal for Sofian Amrabat. Fenerbahce arrived with a package over 16 million euros, loan with obligation to buy, Fiorentina were only accepting a permanent transfer, not accepting a straight loan for Sofian Amrabat. Amrabat accepted the proposal. Amrabat will fly to Istanbul maybe already tomorrow. They are planning for the private flight, but it's going to be one to watch for sure in the next hours in terms of flight radar, because Amrabat is going to Fenerbahce with Jose Mourinho. Then Rafinha, guys, I have nothing on Rafinha, to be honest. Just wanted to say thank you for all your work. Keeps me entertained while I work from home. Thank you, my friend. You know, now I spend the final seconds to tell you this. Really, to see this kind of messages, for me, is the best thing possible. Really. It's really incredible to spend 3 months working every single day on many news. It's a privilege, because at the end it's football, and I see many people reacting in a super positive way, but also many people reacting in a negative way, always trying to attack. So when I see this kind of messages, very nice. I really appreciate that. I hope to just bring you all the best. Guys, there is one more big day ahead, so get ready for deadline day. Now is not time to say nice things. It's time to focus. But really, thanks to all of you for being always here. I try to update you in the best way possible every single day. Get ready. Tomorrow is madness. So see you over the day, because it's going to be all day long updating as always. But 6 p.m. here with the transfer deadline day show till 1 a.m. It's going to be crazy. Guys, see you. Thanks to everyone, and see you soon. Ciao, guys. See you in the next hours. Here we go. The deadline day is coming.